Let's test the new LOKLiK iCraft cutting machine and see if it will create perfect print and cut stickers. Before I try print and cut for the first time on the LOKLiK iCraft machine, I'm going to do a machine calibration. Under device at the top, I'm going to click machine calibration, and I'm going to select the LOKLiK iCraft device and then click next. And then make sure that the print and cut function is checked and click next. It shows that I'm Bluetooth connected to my machine. I'm going to click next. Then you have to confirm that you want to calibrate the iCraft machine and click next. And this is what the print and cut calibration chart looks like. It has double line marks in each corner, but I want you to notice that section B is outside the registration marks. I first printed on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and then thought maybe I needed to use an A4 size to maybe get section B to show up, but you can see that it didn't work. I point this out because it can be confusing and it never let me see the 0 line for section B. I'm placing the printed calibration sheet on a Cricut light grip mat that I have handy. The standard grip mat that I have is way too sticky for laser paper. Then I'm going to load the mat between the guides and then click cut in the software. And then the machine starts doing the cutting. After it's done, I'll press the load unload button, and I know it's hard to see where the cut lines are in this video, so I went back and I marked the lines with a check mark so that you could see that these are the lines that worked best or were closest to center for me. Then back in the software, I'm going to click next and enter the values for each section of the calibration sheet. So for me, A was a -2, B was a -1, C is a -2, and D is a -2. After that, I'll click the calibrate button, and now I'm ready to create my first sticker on my new LOKLiK iCraft cutting machine. I'm going to import an image for my first print and cut project, so under the file menu, I'm going to select upload. And then I'm going to locate the image that I want to use, and once I have that selected, I'll go ahead and click on choose. This brings up an upload images wizard. I've got a preview of the image and 4 options to the right. I'll click the bottom right one labeled print then cut. The next step is image editing. You can erase, crop, or use the magic wand, which is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to click in that gray background of my image to remove it. I don't want that as part of my sticker. Once I'm happy with it, I'll click next. The next step is to extract the image's outer contour. This is what the machine will cut once you've printed your stickers. You can shrink that contour, which is really like padding around your image, or you can expand it, up to you. And if you look closely, you'll see a blue border around the image. This is that contour layer. Again, you can increase or decrease it as you want for your stickers. And then you can also click on that View Contour button at the top to see your contour layer. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and click on Design, and it adds it to the canvas. I'm going to first set up my canvas for print and cut. So under the page setup button at the top, I'm going to make sure that I'm linked to my LOKLiK iCraft machine, that I'm using a cutting mat and not smart materials, and I'm going to change my material size to letter size. I also want to click on that show print border and click done. And that show print border are those dashed lines around my image. You can then select your image and you can increase or decrease the size. It really is up to you. And under layers on the right, you see you have an image layer and the contour layer, which is white. Now that I'm ready to go, I'm just going to click on Make in the top right corner. Again, it shows that I'm Bluetooth connected to my LOKLiK iCraft machine. I'm going to cut, and under mode selection, I'm going to select Print then Cut. From there, I'll click that Start Printing button and send this over to print on my printer. Now I've got my printout ready to go, so I'm going to add that to my, I'm using copy paper as a test here. And I'm going to add that to my light grip Cricut mat. And back in the software, I'm going to go under Material Load, and I'm going to use a cutting mat, which is 12 by 12. And then I'm going to check under Cutting Parameters, I'm going to check that group, the button before group, and it shows me that I have that one layer that I'm going to be cutting, so I'll click that checkbox. And under Material Type, I'm going to click there and go under Other, and I'm going to select the matte printable vinyl sticker paper. And that's all I've got to do. I'm not going to change any of the cut settings. I'm just doing a test here. I'll go ahead and click on Add Task. Now it wants to warn you to do a calibration, which I've already done. So I'm just going to click the I know button. I know I'm done with that part. And I'll load the mat between the guides on the machine. And go ahead and click Start in the software, and off it goes. Now once it's done, I'll click that unload button and I will remove the paper and see what's left, see if my sticker cut. And it looks like I have all my padding around the upper side of my image, but the bottom piece was missing that white padding. So I'm going to do another test. I'm going to follow the exact same steps to do my next sticker sheet. I'm going to go into File, Upload, and find my image, and then just go through the wizard the same way I did before. You can choose to increase or decrease, shrink or expand the amount of padding around your image. It really depends on what you want to do. When you're done, click Design. The image is now on my canvas, and I'm going to grab one of the corners and shrink it down a little bit before I go and grab my next one. But I do want to point out under Layers to the right that when I expand Group, you see I have two layers. I have an image layer and the contour layer. So again, back under File, Upload, find my next image, choose it, choose Print and Cut, shrink or not shrink the contour layer around it, then click Design, add it to Canvas, shrink it down, and then I also want to point out again that it brought in two layers, an image layer and a contour layer. And I'll do it one more time. File, Upload, find my image I want to use, select Print and Cut. There's nothing to erase here, so I'll just go ahead and go to the Offset layer section and increase or decrease that, and then click Design and shrink my image down to what I want it to be. This one will also have two layers, a image layer and a contour layer. Now I'm going to position these, since I'm printing stickers, I might as well maximize my sticker sheet. I have an 8.5 by 11 sticker sheet, so I'm going to size these images the way I want them, and then I'm going to select them and duplicate them or copy them and paste. Select them, right click, select copy, right click again, select paste. And then I'm just going to position these to, again, maximize the amount of space I have on my sticker sheet. And I'd like to try to get 3 of each of the designs on one sheet, and that's what I'm going to try to do here. Now that I have that all situated, I'm going to click Make in the upper right corner. I want to make sure that I have my LOKLiK device Bluetooth connected. I'm going to click on Cut, and then under Mode Selection, Print and Cut, and click that Start Printing button to send it over to my printer. Now that I have it printed, I'm going to click on that group, which is my contour layer that I want to cut, and I'm going to choose material to be that matte printable sticker vinyl under Other. I'm not going to change any of my cut settings. I'm just going to click on Add to Task. Now, because my initial sticker didn't have the right amount of padding completely around it, I went ahead and did another calibration before actually doing this cut. So here I'm using my weeding tool, and I'm going to pull off that top layer of sticker paper, and I have Kiss Cut stickers here that have the right amount of padding around each and every one of them. I'm happy to say that with 3 calibrations on my new LOKLiK iCraft machine, I was able to successfully create these Kiss Cut stickers. I'm pleased with the results. I did have to calibrate the machine 3 different times, but in the end, I got perfect Kiss Cut stickers. If you haven't hit that subscribe button and notification bell, do that now. I'm going to be creating more videos on the LOKLiK iCraft cutting machine, and you don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching, and happy crafting.